Hello everyone. In this video, we'll show the key points necessary for a good W80 chick start on your farm. A good chick start is important for best growth and development of the pullet. We'll describe the preparations prior to chicks arrival and also highlight the proper management practices for the first 12 hours after chicks are placed in brooding cages. This slide shows the work schedule to be carried out before chicks arrival. A minimum of 2 weeks downtime between flocks is recommended. During this time, all necessary repairs to the shed, cages, equipment, and also insect and rodent control should be done. After removing manure and leftover feed, dust off the cobweb and burn the feathers inside and outside the shed. Do high pressure wash with detergents starting from ceiling, sides and finally floor. After water cleaning, do suitable disinfectant spray through clean fogger line or hand power spray, whichever is suitable. Do whitewash of pillars, wall and floor by power spray. And finally, fumigation with formalin and potassium permanganate is strongly recommended for better disinfection. The preferred dosage is shown on the slide. It is very important to wear protective wear while doing fumigation. Cleaning and disinfection should be completed 5 days before chicks placement. Effectiveness of the cleaning and disinfection can be audited by laboratory tests like plate exposure and swab testing. Clean fresh water is essential for health of chicks. Water tank and pipeline should be cleaned and disinfected to remove any biofilm and mineral deposits. For biofilm cleaning in pipelines, drain off the existing water, fill the water or fogger pipeline with recommended dose of hydrogen peroxide or bleaching powder based chemicals and leave it for 24 hours. And flush out the pipelines with plain water and allow it to dry. For mineral deposit cleaning, follow same process with descaling citric acid based chemicals. Clean and disinfectant fogger system similar as water system and check for proper function. Replace any nozzles which are leaking or not making a fine spray. It is highly recommended that all brooding sheds should use 360-degree nipples. Drip cups can also be used. 360-degree nipples provide easy access to water and help the chicks adapt quickly to use the nipples. 360-degree nipple also helps maintain water consumption in infrared big-titted chicks and improves 7 days livability. Every nipple drinker must be checked for proper function before the arrival of chicks. Nipples that are blocked or leaking should be replaced. Lighting is one of the key factors which determines the chick's performance. Check that lighting in brooding area are functional and clean. Dusty bulbs will reduce the light intensity, so clean them. And also check and replace the faulty bulbs. There are different types of lighting arrangements recommended based on the farm type. Even light distribution in the brooding house is important for good feed and water consumption. The main intention of lighting arrangement is to ensure minimum light intensity of 30 lux measured inside the cage at water nipple. Staggering light bulbs will ensure sufficient light to the lower cage level. The lights used for brooding chicks should be 4000 to 6000 Kelvin. Place sufficient paper inside the cage to cover 100% of the cage floor. For newspapers, use 3 to 4 layers. The paper should last for about 3 days. The paper provides comfort and support to the foot of the chicks and also reduces the airflow onto the chicks from bottom. Srinivasa starter crumble is formulated for the nutritional need of W80 chick. The cage paper also allows feeding a starter crumble feed off the paper for the first 3 days. Feeding of the paper is very important for the earliest feed consumption in the flock. Place scoops of starter crumble on the cage paper near the front of cage. Give additional starter crumble on the paper for the next 3 days to keep it fresh. One supplement chick drinker should be placed inside each cage. Cages with vertical type nipple system standard supplement drinker is mandatory. This supplement drinker ensures sufficient water intake by the chicks in first week. Check that all supplement drinkers are cleaned, disinfected and working properly. These supplement drinkers should be cleaned daily. The brooding shed should be warmed to 91 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit prior to the arrival of chicks. Gas heaters or charcoal tins are commonly used, but gas heaters allow for adjustment of heat and are easier to control. Curtain management is very important to avoid cold airflow from bottom. And also curtains should be able to lift easily when required to remove excess harmful gases like carbon monoxide. These kind of gases are very common when charcoal heaters are used. The chicks begin their life in the hatchery, where the hatching eggs are incubated and hatched. Chick quality coming from hatchery is a key factor in a good chick start. Srinivasa Hatchery is working closely with Hyline International, utilize the latest breeder flock and hatchery technologies and quality programs to provide Indian egg producers with top quality chicks. After pull out from hatcher baskets, first grading is done, where weak chicks, button chicks, cross peaks, and physical defects are removed. After first grading, chicks are feather sexed by examining the wing feathers. Chicks are vaccinated for Marek's disease, and sometimes other vaccinations are also done as per the customer requests. After required vaccination, chicks are beak treated with Novatech Engineering IRBT equipment. Tip of the beak is treated by a beam of infrared light. At hatchery, chicks are placed in specially designed head holders of IRBT machine. Each chick beak is exposed to light beam of halogen bulbs. Light beam is focused on tip of the beak by lens. The whole process takes about 1.5 seconds, and the plate protects exposure of eyes and soft tissues to infrared energy. Beak treatment done by trained personnel doesn't cause any long-term pain or trauma. This is how a day-old chick looks like after beak treatment. The treated part sloughs off and doesn't cause any permanent damage. In adult, the beak doesn't grow with sharp tip. This is how infrared beak treatment looks like at day-old, 10 weeks and 69 weeks of age in commercial layers. After beak treatment, chicks are final graded and loaded in chick boxes and packed. This process will be monitored by the hatchery manager. Chicks are transported in special vehicle which provides proper ventilation during transport to farm. Chicks will be sent as soon as possible after pull-out from the hatchery. Chick deliveries are made in the shortest possible time to the farm using most direct routes. The chick vehicle driver and the farmer stay connected during the route to get updates about vehicle location and estimated time of arrival to the farm. After arriving farm, driver should go through the disinfectant spray tunnel, foot dip passage, change the footwear, and sanitize hands. The vehicle should pass through the disinfectant spray and vehicle dip with disinfectant solution. The farmer should arrange sufficient labor at the time of delivery to quickly unload the chick boxes and place inside the brooding shed. The chicks should be placed inside the cage gently in minimum time. The number of chicks per box are as per recommended density. The consumption of required volume of clean drinking water is a critical element of good chick start. The height of the nipple drinker should be adjusted to the heads of chicks. For the first 3 days, the pressure of water should be adjusted so there is a drop of water hanging at the end of nipple. This drop is an important visual attraction for chicks to come to the drinker. Ideal height and pressure helps chicks to drink adequate water through nipple drinkers. Minimum water flow is 60 ml per minute. In older brooder sheds, the water lines can become uneven. It makes it difficult to adjust the nipple height correctly in every cage. This should be repaired during the downtime between the flocks. For a good chick start, proper house temperature, access to feed and water, and adequate light intensity are essential. After placement, chicks should be inspected frequently to ensure that feed and water is available in every cage, and chicks are consuming water and feed normally. Bright light conditions in brooding area is important for chicks to find water and feed as quickly as possible. Minimum light intensity of 30 lux should be available at nipple drinker level both in top and bottom cages. We strongly recommend intermittent lighting program as shown in the slide, or provide 22 hours light from 0 to 3 days and 21 hours light from 4 to 7 days. Fill the feeders to their highest level with starter crumble feed. The chick guards are adjusted to the proper width which allow chicks access to the feeder but will prevent escape outside the cage. The guards will require readjustment in the coming days as the chicks grow. At 6, 12 and 24 hours after chicks placement, check for percentage of chicks with feed in their crops. This crop score is best parameter to measure good chick start. The goal is to have 100% of chicks with feed in their crops by 24 hours after placement. If low percentages are found, then check nipple drinkers are functional, feed is available, and temperature and lighting is correct in cage box. Srinivasa technical team will visit the farm to audit the conditions of the chicks and provide all necessary technical assistance. Use the Srinivasa Hatcheries flock book to record the performance of the flock. Ideally, chick should double its body weight by end of first week and gain 10 times its chick weight by the 5th week. Following good brooding practices as discussed in this video will help farmers achieve a good chick start. Key body weights for the growing pullets are 1st week, 5th week, 12th week and 17th week. Reaching these key pullet body weights with uniformity greater than 85% and livability more than 97% all begins with a good chick start. A good chick start is essential to achieving the ideal growth and development of the pullet. Pullets entering into egg production with ideal body weight and composition will be the best able to realize its genetic potential as a profitable layer over a long production cycle. For more information, contact Srinivasa technical team. Additional information is also available from Hyline International team. For infrared beak treatment information, contact Novatech Engineering. Thank you for watching.